Good evening, I'm Alexa Olson. Thanks for joining us here on News Channel 25 WVTT. This is Twin Tiers Evening News. Jeff Angelonis is off tonight. The big story here on Twin Tiers Evening News tonight. Day one is over. The 115 cardinals locked in the Sistine Chapel remain undecided on who will be the next pope. And for the first time, two of the favorites are Americans. WVTT's Valerie Tysander investigates what this would mean for the papacy.
Day one is over, and the black smoke coming from the Vatican Sistine Chapel means the cardinals have not yet chosen a new pope. But this year, Americans are playing a big role in choosing a new pontiff. In fact, 2 out of the top 20 favorites in the running for the new pope are, in fact, American. The Catholic Church cardinals sang prayers as they marched into the Vatican's Sistine Chapel this morning before taking an oath of secrecy and locking themselves inside. They're still there, deliberating on who the next pope will be, and they won't be seen again until they've chosen the next pontiff. We'll know that someone has received the necessary 2/3 of the vote when white smoke comes out of a copper chimney that's been installed at the Sistine Chapel. And for the first time, 2 Americans are frontrunners for the papacy. 68-year-old Sean O'Malley from Boston and 63-year-old Cardinal Timothy Dolan. He's from New York. Dolan is known for being an outgoing extrovert.
Dolan is a very out there kind of charismatic kind of guy. You know, he makes everybody feel comfortable. He's got a sense of humor.
He is reportedly backed by powerful Italians who are hoping for a return to the style of Pope Jean Paul II.
He's taken Italy by storm because of his humorous nature and his down-to-earth style. You know, people really like him.
O'Malley is much more humble, and experts say he's maybe the only cardinal who doesn't want to be pope. But that's what makes a good pope.
Cardinal O'Malley is he is a Capuchin. He went into an order when he was young. He led a very cloistered life, a very tense life of prayer, but he's very down to earth. He likes, a lot of times as cardinal, he wears his garb, the brown garb, and he's known for wearing sandals in the Boston cold winters.
Experts say there may still be a major resistance to an American pope. There's a long-standing tradition where the pope doesn't come from a superpower, and at least one American cardinal has said that in nations where America is viewed as an enemy, Catholics could be put in danger for their association with an American pope. And in the past, it has taken on average around 3.5 years for the cardinals to make their decision. We will keep you posted as we learn more. In Olean, Valerie Tysander, WVTT News.
For more information on this story, you can check out our website, WVTTnews.com. The Federal Department of Veterans Affairs announced yesterday that its mental health professionals won't comply with a new gun law in New York that requires reporting the names of patients they believe likely to hurt themselves or others. Now, under the law pushed by Governor Andrew Cuomo, the information would be used by state officials to determine whether someone should give up a gun license or weapon. Now, the reason they say they won't comply is because they feel it would deter many from seeking counseling and medications to deal with post-traumatic stress disorder or other psychological issues. Veterans fear their rights would be taken away. WVTT talked with some people in the Twin Tiers who gave their opinion on this issue.
I think they're protecting their patients and their veterans.
I think they should comply with the law. I would feel more comfortable with that because I know that people that suffer from PTSD, is that it?
Yep.
They need help, and I don't think they should have a gun. And but I still think they should, seek help if they really need it.
We have that story up on our Facebook page. You can go there to share your opinion. After intense media pressure, State Senator Catherine Young reimbursed $4,214 to the town of North Greenbush. Young says though she never filed for the relief, she wanted to return the money she wrongly received for 12 years. North Greenbush assessor John Harkin told Young in an email she erroneously received the STAR exemption after the purchase of her North Greenbush home. Harkin said it was an honest mistake by both parties and apologized to Catherine Young. In a show of support for New York State immigrants, today Governor Andrew Cuomo announced the launch of the Office for New Americans. He says the goal is getting new Americans on track to contribute to the economy and bringing them into the family of New York. A network of 27 neighborhood-based opportunity centers will make up the office, preparing them for the United States citizenship exam and helping them learn English. A new U.S. Senator Charles Schumer push will hopefully make roads safer for all drivers, especially truckers. After announcing it in September of last year, he's worked for months with regulators and truckers to prepare for the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration to issue official recommendations to members of the commercial trucking industry of the proper users of GPS devices. He says this new training will stress only using industry standard units, which will take into account the specifics of the truck being driven and only take them through appropriate routes. Consumer GPS routes routinely took truckers through roads with overpasses that were too small for trucks to drive under. Representative Tom Reed and Ron Kind are urging federal officials to take proactive steps to prevent Canada from imposing new barriers to U.S. dairy exports. New York and Wisconsin are well positioned to take advantage of opportunities in the Canadian market, but only if Canada does not move to block U.S. dairy imports. With a new entertainment center coming to the property on Forness Park, road work will be coming to Olean's Chestnut Street. The dirt driveway that extends the street to Forness Park will be paved to handle the increase in traffic as people drive into the good times of Olean. Currently under construction, it will feature a bowling center, mini golf, and other entertainment. And in the wake of the purchase of the Ivers J. Norton building by Community Bank, the City Planning Board passed a request to allow rental properties adjacent to the school to be torn down to create parking if the plans to convert the Henley Street property into a loan processing center turn out as planned. St. Bonaventure University announced today it will not have a spring concert funded by the Campus Activity Board this spring. The university has hosted Sean Kingston, Mike Posner, Breathe Carolina, and the Ready Set in 3 straight years. Rob DeFazio, director of the Center for Activities and Recreational Leadership, said they lost at least $11,000 per concert and lost $22,000 on the Mike Posner concert. The decision isn't popular for students or community members, as popular concerts like Sean Kingston drew sold-out crowds of 2,600 people. DeFazio said a smaller freshman class this year is paying the student activity fee, giving organizations like the Campus Activities Board, the student government, and the campus clubs less money to work with. DeFazio says in lieu of a concert, he is working on organizing a big campus event each month and possible bus trips to other universities to attend their concerts. And more than 2,000 students performed 46,000 hours of community service at Alfred State University, earning them federal recognition of the President's 2013 Higher Education Community Service Honor Roll. Alfred joins 33 other New York universities on the honor roll, including SUNY Fredonia and Niagara University. The list has honored schools for community service acts since its foundation in 2006. And the Wellsville man who says 85% of Facebook belongs to him appearing in court yesterday and asking the court to stop prosecuting him. Paul Siglia was arrested last October and charged with fraud as a result of his lawsuit against Facebook executive Mark Zuckerberg. Siglia says his constitutional rights are being violated by the charges against him. And Allegheny County is set to replace their retiring county administrator this month. County board members gave the okay for resolutions to show up on the agenda for their March 25th meeting, where they will name Mitch Alger as the new administrator. He's been serving as deputy administrator for 3 years. We have much more news coming up. This is Twin Tiers Evening News.